G'day guys, me again. Friday night live for the Americans. It's Saturday morning for us here in Oz. It's middle of the night for Europe. I was going to chew gum, but I won't. Today we're going to talk about tips and tricks of photography, lighting and such. Trying to get feed to actually come on. Hello, sorry, I'm actually, oh, here we go. I'm actually trying to get, oh, there's a lag. Let's turn that off and hopefully I can see what's written as it's written. So I'm trying to do something that I haven't done before, and that's have the photography. Oh, shut up. Trying to get. G'day, guys. Just. Oh, look at that. I can actually see. Hiya. Hey. Hello, Carl. Mute the damn thing. Where's the sound? It's all tick, 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 tick. Learn how this works. Learn how that works. I'm so happy to see who's there. Oh wow, it tells me actually who's watching as well. I like this. It's a bit dark, but oh well. Today we have got some really nice things happening. I've been talking to some reps, and we've got a nice thing. G'day, 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 g'day. Oh, look at you, all turning up. 12 people. Wow. Oh, and I've got the top of my head on that. Oh, very interesting. Yes, so we're going to talk about photography, and but we've got something a little bit later. Oh, look at who's watching. Hey, yes, Ness made it. Cool. Oh, good. My feed, my actual comments working this week. Last week they really left me in a bit of a pickle because I didn't see any comments. So this time I can. Yeah, we're going to talk about lighting and photography. When you photograph your carvings, of course, the best carving that you can have shows it in its best light. So I've put up a link there to the Wood Carving Illustrated blog on photo tips, which is really, really helpful, really good, worth having a look. It leads to 3 or 4 different pages with more information, lighting, backgrounding. It's important that when you show a carving, I've put some up and they've been a bit blurred. That's not really what thanks, Joe. Yeah, getting the lighting right and having your picture not blurry. There's a few things like no distractions in the background. As you can see here, I've used my green material to hide all of my tools. That is one of the tips that they suggest, is if you take a picture of your carving, then to have a plain background. They say white, neutral grey. They tend to be oh, okay, my tablet has just pooed itself, so okay, let's get rid of that because it's annoying anyway, as it's all working on the left. It did tell me more than my PC tells me that who's actually turned up and who's watching, which is really, really handy. Dale, you're going to have to wait for the lottery. I don't want to spoil it for anyone. The winner is going to want to win, so we can't steal the win from them. Hi Carl, hope you're doing well. I'm out of commission for a while. Yeah, arthritis, chewing your tendons up, bugger. Get one of the we mentioned it before, I gave you the link to Amazon. Get one of these, under 20 bucks. Yeah, you might have to put some pennies away for a short while, but under $20. That's going to hold anything that you want. Hot glue gun, bit of wood on the back, you're laughing. Hot glue guns are brilliant if you need to fasten a carve to. I was thinking about your situation and the inability to maybe get a vise. You could always hot glue gun, if you have one, you could put a couple of spots on the corners of what you're carving And if you put it on a board, you can have that on your lap and you can flip that round. So you can rotate it 180 if you need to carve from the other direction. That might assist you. A hot glue gun, if you've got one, might save you a bit of cash. Hopefully that's what we want to do. Right, well, Dale asked for the lottery numbers because we're in the future. Yes, but we've been told by the government we're not allowed to tell you. Or we will be tomorrow. That's the thing. Okay, we're on the 30th of June today. So about this time last year, I got active in making videos, which at the time were all power tools because that's all I used. Hang on, I think something's getting cold. Damn, so early into the piece and the coffee's already tepid. That's what happens when we go through winter. Yeah, so it's been about a year of we were what 800 people this time last year, I think, roundabout. I had engaged in doing some videos for the group, solely for the group, which accelerated the amount of people that BWC was advertised to. So we're kind of in a celebratory 1 year for me doing this, but also about 3 years for the group. So we're going to have a competition. You have to have a photograph on the feed. So it doesn't matter, and it has to be your work. It can't be copyright, can't be something you just copy and pasted from the internet. It can be a sketch, it can be a molding from clay, or it can be a carving, or it can be a scroll saw, relief work. You get the general idea. G'day, Ned. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a giveaway. Beavercraft, we've talked about Beavercraft, and unfortunately when I bought my stuff at the end of last year, they were going through a run of some bad steel, a bit like FlexCut did. They've got a whole lot of backup. The aftercare that they've actually given me has been something that has been astounding. I've never had that level of care where they contacted me when they saw me mention, now, okay, I'm who I am, the group. But we chatted about the quality of their steel. They stand by it, so any problems, get in touch with them. They'll do what they need to do to keep customers happy. But they have agreed to give away a knife carving set. There's a chip knife, a sloyd knife, a hook knife. It's in a roll. I'll put up a file, a temporary file. That temporary file will be there for the comments. The competition to win the tool set is available. Like anyone in the world can win it. There's no restrictions as to where they can ship. So we'll have, as of the 1st of July to the 31st of July is the time that the competition will run. So you have to have a photo on the feed. That way we can put your name in and up comes your photo on the feed. That is the entry. I'm going to ask 3 questions that the answers can be found in the files, and in around 35 words why you would like to win this you'll have to write. That means that even if you don't carve or haven't carved, you stand a chance of winning, because if you have a sketch, carving or molding or whatever on the feed, I will put up what the set is. I should have done it, but I didn't want to reveal that side of things before revealing in here. This will go off at midnight, for me, midnight tonight, so end of Saturday. So Sunday the competition begins. The questions will be put up. You will be able to have a look through the files. You'll be able to get the answers, and you'll be able to put them up in the comments under the temporary file that is running the competition. The prize is reasonable. I can't fault them. They have Beavercraft have actually gone to the trouble of replacing my set, but with a much better set, which is exactly the same set as you guys can win. Now, I was going to put mine up once I will review this. It hasn't arrived yet. I was hoping it would arrive before I revealed. Yes, your pattern's already on there. Corey, you're already on the feed, so all you need to do will be answer the questions and tell us why you'd like to win. It's that easy. Anybody can think. The file will be there. We'll be promoting this for a month because I want as many people as possible within the group to know about it and potentially win the set. Now, this is the first competition BWC has had. It's the first time we've had a giveaway. I'm really blown away with how Beavercraft have worked with me with this. Not only that, we will be putting up a code that gets you 5% discount if you buy from Beavercraft. I hate saying okay, so the codes, there'll be an Amazon code for the Canada, there'll be an Amazon code for the States because different codes, unfortunately, and a different code for eBay. On Monday, I will slip in there an Etsy because there's also a potential to be able to buy from Etsy. So this is kind of my compromise. We have reps in the group because as a big group, we are a niche market. So advertising wants to get in here. This is my way that if any of those want to advertise through us, g'day Dale, if anybody wants to actually advertise in the group, it has to go through me and there has to be some payoff for the group. In this instance, it's a knife carving, a spoon carving set, or a hook knife, a chip knife, and a sloyd knife, and the rest. I shall, as I said, I'll put it up after this. I'll find the photograph and show you what it is and the link to how much it is, I suppose, what's available. But I'll also put up Beavercraft's website so that you can actually have a look at their stuff. This will be as close to advertising as we're going to get. It will be on the file. All of the information will be in the file that will be presented by midnight on Saturday. So one of you is going to win a wicked set, and all you have to do is look through the files, find the answer. Now, of course, once somebody locates those answers, they're going to put it up, and copy and paste can happen. But be careful, they may be wrong. They may ask a trick question. By having the questions in the files, it's not Googleable, which is a bonus. You have to root through the files. That means that you'll get to see some of the information that's in the files. I think that it's good for the group. I think it's good for the files. I think it's good for Beavercraft because their prices are fair. Now, I'm not saying that they're the best tools on the market. There are others, personal preferences and stuff, but their tools are affordable. So for somebody starting out that wants to make spoons, then I don't mind. I've liked Beavercraft, but the representative has been so helpful within this, offering up the 5% discount and stuff, so that the group isn't anti. So you guys get to win a set of knives in the competition that's coming. Now, the winner will be announced on the 3rd of August on a Friday Night Live and on the feed, of course. Unfortunately, the downside is it takes about 3 weeks for an archaic postal system to actually get you the item. So I suppose in 7 weeks, somebody will be sitting and saying, yeah, I want a set of knives. But wicked, we're actually giving away something. We are benefiting the group. I think it's fantastic. Lots of work for us guys, but hey, you are going to end up winning. Maybe you, maybe you, maybe you, maybe you. So that's that. All of the information will be on the all the information will be on the feed. It will be mentioned a few times. I will make sure that it gets floated around. People will get to see it. It will be discussed by us because, hey, winning something. How are you going to feel when you win something? And it's just the beginning. Who knows what we can do from here? It was why I want representatives to announce themselves to me. I'm not just going to kick them out because they're representatives and they're not I realise that we are going to be a target, so we might as well work it to the best of our ability. So freebies, yay! Now, if you don't like the idea of something free, then don't enter. That's what I'm going to say there. Right, now back to photographing. Now, when I've put up a couple of pictures and they've been a bit blurry, and because they're work in progress, I've gone, it's close enough. But to actually get good pictures to present your work is necessary. It's a good thing. It's how you spend so long carving a beautiful carving just to have a crappy photo. So there's lots and lots of little tricks. One of the tricks that I read, excuse me just for a second, gives me the opportunity to make a lot of noise and drop things. Gravity sucks. Now, you can see my background, good. I've got just an art book, a small one. Now, if I'm going to do want to do a photograph of a carving. Now, we've got the white paper in the background. Now, your lighting is quite important. If you get a diffused light, it can show a carving up completely different. Now, if I stick that in front of there and photograph that, as you can see, I mean, it's a fair way away from the camera, but you can see clearly that the carving is there. Now, if I put that up against, say, the green, it loses, I mean, red and green, they bounce off of each other. With that, if I put that up, it's clouded. It's got too much clutter in the background. So my lights change in here when because of the green screen, my camera flicks in and out. But you can see that that is better presented with a white background, neutral white background, as opposed to my backyard, which is full of clutter, which I've got some beautiful photographs of a Shar-Pei dog, not the one I have now, the one I had previously. He happened to be very nice eye candy. My daughter was learning camera work, so took thousands of photographs of the bloody dog, and none of them are usable. If I wanted to, say, make a calendar with them, which the dog is beautiful enough to see the calendar, but the amount of crap that's in the background. I put the green there to hide all the tools. If you're going to put tools in the picture, put the tools you've used. So one or two. G'day, Tony. Yeah, one or two tools that you've used. The more clutter in the background, that's why I set this room up this way, so that I can do the lives and I can do my filming. And yeah, the green screen, yeah, it's maybe not the nicest of neutral backgrounds, but then I use it to be able to time lapse and stuff. So it was something I bought, and it's the one I've got, so I use the green. I can remove it in a film, but I can't remove it in a photo. But at least a neutral background. Now, if you use material, as you can see with the green screen behind me, there's creases, there's lines, it catches light in a different way. That is going to detract from your carving. So that's one little tip. Lighting. In here, I'm sitting here, you can see, sorry, this side of my face is lit up. This side is in the dark. When you do that with a carving, it casts shadows where you don't want them. So diffused lighting where somebody is more, fluoros are quite good because indirect lighting, very little shadow, although my hat casts a lot. So we're gonna see more neutral backgrounds. That looks good. Camera focal point. If that my camera up here is looking at me, it's sort of got those things in the background, whereas if I want those amplified, then I may have to change the photo, the camera angle slightly. We're talking phones, we're talking webcams, we're talking not expensive cameras. If you can use a tripod, I hid mine, I did. I found a selfie stick has the grabber that holds the phone. I take that off. That fits onto lots of different tripods, mini tripods, the selfie stick, camera being held relatively firmly. I take photographs, and oftentimes my photographs are blurry because as I push the button, it moves, and that gives me just a slight motion blur, making the shot not as good as it could be. So that's that. Right, I'm going to stop for a second, make sure that my thingy hasn't. Any questions? Any questions at all? Why am I still smoking? Because I'm an idiot. I like it. The woods I'm doing, I discovered when that piece there is an end piece, so I'm looking at end grain, and I wasn't sure what that was because it was very, very red. But now that I've taken it out, I can see that's African paddock, so I've got 2 of those, so maybe 37, not 38. I do have more woods here that I haven't included in my heads. I didn't cut them, I missed them by accident, they weren't easily grabbed, so that was that. But that one's Wengi, or Wenge, depending on how you pronounce it. I have gone and used my power tools to basically create the shapes, and oh boy, did I have a nostalgic moment when I used the power tools, because I've concentrated so much on knives and gouges that I've left my power tools alone. And I have a good array of power tools. By using it to blank out the harder woods, it reminded me just how much I miss the larger scale carvings. I haven't done any of my big carvings for a while because I've been doing all these small ones. But hey, we're getting there. Slowly but surely, I am building up a file of how hard the woods are. I'll have a scale of 1 to 10. Yeah, as far as I know, Tony, I've gone, yay, we got competition, yay, 3 questions, photo on the feed, and in around 35 words why you would like to win the prize. Said it all, gone into a bit of detail. All of the information will be in a file which I will work on and will be revealed by tomorrow. Wow. For you, I've got 22 hours, no, 26 hours before it needs to be done. So all good on that. The moderators, unfortunately, none of us are allowed to enter. We have disqualified ourselves because of who we are. The winner will be picked from by the moderators, myself, and potentially the rep, but we haven't discussed that, the rep and I, so it will be a moderators and admin choice as to who wins, and Beavercraft will just ship it out to you, no problems. If you have any troubles with Beavercraft, they're more than happy to talk to you. They're more than happy to fix the problem up. They, like I said, they are they service the rest of the world, whereas a lot of the states don't ship. I discovered, somebody put up the other day that Drake knives are worldwide. I emailed Mr. Drake through their website and validated that yes, they do ship worldwide. So yay, another one to the world shipping. I've adjusted the file where it says whether or not it's worldwide, UK, states, or global. So we covered all of that. I don't intend to spend an hour of your time today. Really, it was more about a little bit about tips and tricks. That website that I've listed there will take you to Wood Carving Illustrated's more information on lighting and photography. Ooh, now that enabled my coffee to go really cold. It's a surprise. It's kind of our 3-year anniversary, and Tina, I'm really looking forward to the contest. I think it's going to be really good for BWC. Winning stuff makes everybody feel good. The chance of winning, well, what is it? 14,200 to 1. But then of that 14,000, there's a lot of you that do not post, that do not look, that do not interact with the group. So everybody's got a fair chance. Got to be in it to win it, as they say for the lottery here. Oh, look, I'm not just excited, I'm actually ecstatic about it. My rant the other week was because I realized that we are a target for professionals, and Randall Stoner, the mad carver, brilliant relief work, he mentioned that, well, we use a lot of Danish oil, we use a lot of products, and there are some good products out there and there are some not so good. So by having the professionals go through, g'day Jerry, having the professionals go through us and giveaways, I think is a good way that we win from their advertising. I don't see it as a bad thing, because, well, let's face it, they get free advertising by doing this. That benefits them. The percentage code gives them how well it works and whether or not they want to do it again. So it's a test for all of us, and I'm putting my head on the chopping block and trying something that we haven't tried before. I learn by doing, so sometimes I get it wrong. I've never read a handbook on how to run a group. I don't have anybody instructing me. It's always easier when you can turn to somebody else and say, what do you do? How do you do that? So good luck to all of you. The file will be there for this competition. I hope more reps get involved. I mean, if we could have, I don't know, a weekly giveaway, Jesus, wouldn't that be nice? Stuff going all over the world thanks to beginners wood carvers. That would just be top as far as I'm concerned. I will be contacting different reps. I will be asking them. This has been a learning curve for me. I've approached them because they were kind to me. So the usual kindness rules, and if they wish to work their wonderful stuff, well then I don't see anything wrong with them. I don't know what would be the way, gilding the lily? No, that would be wrong. I don't see anything wrong with them giving away and getting. It's a mutual win-win situation. I think I actually think it's really, really, really brilliant, and I'm very, very excited about it. When my set comes, which will probably be next week, I will review the set, and if they turn up and they're not good, you'll hear about it. And if they're not good, if they don't do what they're supposed to do, well then this will be the only competition that I'll do on that nature. As part of the reason why I have to review things. If I get to review them, I get to see that they actually do. I can tell you that, hey, this does what it's supposed to do. It's a good tool, versus I wouldn't buy this. But we live and learn. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully it goes down well. Hopefully lots of people get involved. I hope you get involved because I want you to win it. And then, of course, that heralds the fact that it will be about 12 months since we did our spoon challenge, and I will be doing a dog walk spoon challenge video. If anybody has any problem with me using their images in a video, please let me know, because I will just go through and copy them into the video editing program, and I will show you all of the spoons that we have in our spoon challenge folder. Okay, yeah, Jerry, we're getting a 5% discount code that works for Amazon Canada, Amazon States, and eBay, the rest of the world, and on Monday Etsy. She can't do anything about the Etsy one because it's the weekend. So yes, we will be getting discounts from Beavercraft to begin with. Hopefully this inspires some of the other knife companies and some of the other product merchants that are in the group that want to get some sales. The products are stuff we use, so I'm adjusting the advertising. No advertising, of course. I can advertise because nobody can boot me out. Suggestions of tools. I was asked this morning about, would it be okay to show that Harbour Freight has got a tool for a certain amount of money, and I suggested, well, you could ask for somebody, ask if anybody else has got it because they are for $50. That's kind of letting other people know. Last week, I had a quick word with one of the moderators because they put up the woodcraft shop was having a discount, and we had a couple of members say, hey, look, this is advertising. If the advertising benefits you, there were some flex cut knives that were being sold off at $10 a knife. I promoted that sale because I want you guys to have good quality things, and I want you to have them affordably, and I want you to have the joy and happiness that maybe it didn't cost you as much as it should. I think the reps should get involved. I think they should talk to me. I'm not going to just kick them out because they're representatives of a company. Yes, they're not here to learn. They're not here to do anything other than make sales. So at least we're in control. No posts will be allowed by any rep as to, oh, we've got this. Let's hope so. I don't know why they don't. With the number of sales, oh look, the potential is huge. I did ask Flex Cut, and they said no. Not interested. But then I went through the Facebook. I didn't email the people and explain myself. I didn't say what I was suggesting. I just asked them, might they be interested, and I got flat no. But that was a while back. We still say flex cuts because flex cut is available worldwide, and that's the best draw card. Their tools are adequate. They're reasonable, in fact. You don't need to go and buy expensive tools. You can cut with, I don't know, butter knife sharpened if you absolutely wish to carve. So I think that they should get involved. Maybe this is the test run. They'll see how much it works for the group and how much it doesn't. We will see by the amount of people that try to do the contest. We want to talk about it because we want as many members to know. So that means we've got to discuss it on the feed. We've got to look at what's being offered. There has to be conversation about it, because otherwise there's going to be a whole lot of people saying, I didn't know that there was a competition. Well, we're going to make sure that it's kind of blasted a little bit, so that you get a chance. I want you to win. So it's that simple. I want to see somebody's happy comments like, my knives turned up. Hey, look at this spoon I made with these wonderful tools I won through BWC and Beavercraft. What good advertising. Brilliant way of doing it, I think. But then that's just me. I'm an Australian. I don't necessarily, I can't say I'm conventional, because, hey, I've never learned this stuff. We learn together, my friends. We learn together. So one of you is going to be happy. Yay! Cold coffee. Yeah. Ish. Okay, so what else? We have been having a lot of feathers. There's a feather challenge going on at the moment, and I'm seeing lots and lots and lots of beautiful feathers. I love these challenges. I mean, I'm a bit busy with my heads at the moment. I'm trying to get the faces, expressions like upset and sad faces. If a sad face, then it's a hard wood. If it's a happy face, then it's a really easy wood, because if it's happy, then I can do the creases in the cheeks and I can push the cheeks up. Okay, the plasticine clay aspect. Now, I want to do a few drawings. I want to video them. I want to show how to form really basic drawing stuff. We're going to be talking about circles, tubes, cubes, spheres, how they interact with each other to find the form of the carving that you guys are going to be doing. So sketches. I want to walk the group through For those that don't know, I'm going to be putting some videos up. They won't be so fast. I'll screen capture. Some of them will be done digitally. Some of them, hey Jerry, you're making feathers wicked. Yeah, we'll be doing some sketches. We're going to be doing some more clay because molding is, hey, it's a whole lot easier. I use anatomical clay that the medical students use. I use what medical students use, and this stuff you can mold afterwards with silicone or with okay. This is called no-name clay. And what does it say on here? Buy once and reuse indefinitely. Medium hardness, professional no-name clay. Now it's I heat it up. It's soft and malleable, and then when it cools down to room temperature, it goes as hard as a rock. And at the moment, it's like diamond here because we're a bit chilly. Now let's get rid of my Iron Man. That was a while back. Excuse me. What was I guessing? What did I get up for? Oh, I know. There are a whole load of drawings in. There are a whole load of drawings in Brave Art Studios. There's a whole lot of my paintings and art in Brave Art Studios. So if you throw a like on that and have a look, you'll see a lot of my history and a lot of my different artworks. My nose. What I want to do for some of my carvings is I want to elongate the nose. But when I do that, the proportions go out. So I'm playing with clay to find out how to do it to get the right look so that it looks right, and then I'll carve it. As you know, I'm working on all these faces. I'm trying to, I tend to get a lot of noses like this one, and negroid noses because big, flat and wide. I'm trying to get Roman noses. I'm trying to do a little bit more caricature, and I may have to go to the caricature YouTubes to have a look to see how other people do it if I can't work out how to do it. But this was as moldable as plasticine, and now solid because it's cold. So this stuff is really, really good. It's quite expensive in comparison with good night, Gail. This is quite expensive in comparison with plasticine or play clay or Play-Doh or a multitude of. I like this stuff because when it goes cold, have a look. When it goes cold, I can get Carl Graysberg's Carl's knife. He made me a nice Kiridashi. Now I haven't got my carving glove on, so please excuse this, but what I want to show you is if I want to, this stuff carves really, really easily. Cigarette, mind that out, get off. As you can see, this stuff carves as well as is moldable, so it gives me a much better representation of what it's going to be like to actually use to do the wood. That's coming along. I'll be doing more videos on that. I'll be using the green screen. I'll try not to make it quite so, I don't know, electric. The green around the outside wasn't something I was expecting when I did the video, but again, with videos, I kind of threw myself in at the deep end last year, and I'm still in the deep end. I'm still doing them for the benefit of the group. If it's not for the group, if the group don't benefit, then I don't really grow or benefit from doing it myself. So that's what we're going to be doing. The feather challenge, yes, that's coming along. So I'm seeing so many wonderful feathers. John Thomas, Jewel, thank you so much for doing a feather. You didn't realize that when you did it, you put up enough information up there for me to go, you know what, we're going to have that as a challenge. I have looked and the magazine that John Overby was in. Yes, good on you, John. That had some really good things in there. Good magazine, worth buying. I don't often go buy that, but John's magazine, you'll have to ask where and who and why. I don't know, because it's not available to me down here. But the book had things like hedgehogs and 3-minute owls, and it covered a lot more for new carvers. It covered a very broad base, and I thought, well, we do need to have an animal challenge at some point. Whether or not it's a particular one, the tortoise. Now, seen a few tortoises. Nao's little tortoise turtle. Wow, just brilliant. Okay, Fox Chapel. Thanks, Jerry. It's worth buying. It really is. John's in it, so the folder. We have the face step by step, which is the same set of photographs. John did it for us as videos, as we've got a slideshow of it. Face by step by step of face carving in our files, but the magazine has it, and it's very, very nice. And the one thing that it did have that I didn't know was a picture of John. So I now know what he looks like. I've talked to him lots of times. We've communicated lots, because he's been very, very, very helpful to BWC. The magazine's name, I think it's the Whittlers. Whittlers Illustrated. Jerry, you couldn't put up the name for us, could you? I kind of I'm a bit sort of locked out by doing the live. Somebody will put it up here, and if not, I'll put it up after when I go through and respond to the comments, which I'll do after this. 41 minutes. Oh, good. Well, look, we're not allowed, because of copyright, we're not allowed to share this stuff. I hate the copyright thing. Whitney, yeah, no. I hate the copyright, because when I first started doing this, I thought, oh, great, there's so much on the internet that I will be able to use. I've got magazines, I've got old books, and then one famous carver who has books and stuff for you to buy got upset with me, and because of copyright infringement. Now, I hadn't done that. It was a member in the group had put up pictures that were copyright protected, where she sells them. She doesn't give those ones away. We had a bit of a falling out over it, and I asked her to leave the group and removed all of the content. Her name is kind of forbidden in here now. She asked us not to use any of her stuff. We are blocked from that. So, sorry, let me rephrase that. I am blocked from that because I kicked her out of the group. Now, wasn't my best day, but got on my if a professional was in here telling us, a beginners group, that we couldn't use stuff that had just been copy and pasted from the internet, and she was calling out copyright infringement, and the group can be shut down. I can have my account suspended if I allow it. Pretty hard if you're only adminning, kind of little bit. But anyway, she brought to my attention the copyright infringement area, and suddenly so much went out the window, so much stuff. When I started editing, I was aware, video editing, I was aware of the fact that there are copyright rules, and for me to play with video, all those music videos, I thought, yay, I can't use them. I tried to upload one picture that wasn't all mine, one video, and Facebook bounced it. Wasn't allowed to use it because some of the content wasn't mine. I've had to go to music played by orchestras live. That's why you'll find a lot of classical music in my videos. Yes, I know that there's some free to use stuff, but that's kind of lame. We like the songs we like. We know the songs we know, so using those has been better. Look, you can get the old mags for $2 a piece, and you can call them and order them. The code is carve20th for $2. Wicked. Have a look. If they have a website, I'll find it, and that'll go up on the feed or on this one very, very soon. 45 minutes. I didn't intend to do the hour this week. It was going to be, yay, big reveal, we got a competition, you're going to win stuff, yay, yay, and photographing. But I don't really know that much about photographing. I do. Oh, okay. On Amazon, eBay, stuff like that, they've got a thing called a Lightbox or a Lightbox Studio, where it's a fold out. It's got LED lights in it. You put your carving inside. It's got a beautiful background. The lighting is absolutely wonderful. You know, about 20 bucks, 25 bucks. I haven't bought one because I make one. Oh, look at that. A change of green. Ta-da! Ta-da! Well, maybe not. Yay! My camera. There's top of the line camera, and it does that. Do you know how much that bugs me when I'm trying to make a time-lapse video and I want the green screen effect, so I lose the backgrounding, and I have two different greens to deal with, so I cut and change that one and cut and try and match that one. The videos are fun. They're hard work. Copyright infringement, as I said, I had to make a load of, and when you look at the original ones, here I am, I've got a brown beard because a little goatee, and I browned it because I was seeing my own face on videos, because I used to hide from cameras. So there's a few of me going through different modes. The tip of the day was kind of a bit of fun, but was not overly well received. Me being an idiot. It happens because I am an idiot. I've toned my sense of humour down massively because I don't want to offend other cultures, and my humour is not everybody's cup of tea. So I reduced that. Jewel, I love your humour. My humour is much more in keeping with yours, but it's I love over the top. I like shock humour, and that's not something I will do. Thanks, Jerry. foxchapelpublishing.com. Brilliant. Oh, Brett, tip of the day, tip of the day. Brett is one of the few people that like it. Oh, thanks to I'm hilarious. I'm a bloody idiot. What other idiot is sitting there in front of their group as an admin doing this? You're welcome, John. Look, I would love to meet a whole bunch of you one-on-one in person. It would be so much fun, but of course we gotta balance it and lay it out so that it doesn't offend anyone. If you want to offend somebody, put a set of wooden boobies on there. And that brings out everybody's, I don't know, like who gets like excited over wooden boobies other than the person that's carved them. Ridiculous infantile stuff, but it offends some people, so it has to be adjusted. But hey, if you can't laugh, why not? I would much rather be a hell of a lot more hilarious. I'd rather show you the idiotic side of Colin. Cole. I don't often say Colin. I'm Cole Braver, I'm not Colin, okay? Sometimes I'm Colin and I'm loud. I've got to remember I've got a baker that's sleeping in the other room, and there's me being an idiot talking to 13 people out of 14,000. Look, I love the group. My mood has gone from being blue. That's gone for the time being. Hopefully it's the end of that cycle, and hello next year. But for now, Cole Braveheart is back. I'm back in charge. I am not feeling like a wet weekend. Oh look, wouldn't that just be nice? Can you imagine 14,000 of us? Like we'd need the San Diego bloody Comic-Con place to be able to do that. 14,000 whittlers. That would just be, oh man, the friendships that we would develop in person would just be wonderful. You love the Friday nights. Look, there will be, like, now that I'm not feeling like a sack of poo, yes, we do need to have fun, absolutely. And look, it's exactly what I'm saying. I write it up that you guys are awesome, and you reflect back, and I kind of go, oh, I didn't put it up to get, I wasn't milking it for my ego. My lows were ended by one, anger, yes, reaction to the naysayers that came forward in the group because I was feeling particularly vulnerable. Stupid thing about bipolar is this happens. I've got through the blue, which means that I've got a hell of a lot more to give. We're going to expand in the group. We're going to be doing a lot more things. We're going to be a lot more showing how to do's. At some point, I want to try and organise, I don't know, a Skype, something along those lines, where we're in the group and interviewing people. I'd love to interview some of you carvers live. That would be just wicked. I don't know how to do it yet, but it's a yet. That will be coming, where we will be, for those that want to be, we will be entertainment for you. We grew up being entertained. We all had televisions, and we were always told to piss off into the other room, go watch the telly. Well, I certainly was. And now I rarely watch television. It's all computer. I've got Netflix, I think, is the only thing that I watch. I don't watch free-to-air. I don't watch news publications. I don't watch their propaganda. I do not have my mind warped by my government/media. I found that my mood was crappy. I didn't like seeing a conflict, I suppose, a dichotomy of attitudes. Back in 2011, yes, real people are better. Look, back in 2011, oh, cool, good. Back in 2011, we had the tsunami, Fujiyama. We had severe floodings in Australia, where lots of people all up on the northeast coast lost their houses. Insurance companies said, no, it's rising water. It was an act of the government because they released water that was in reservoirs. It was awful. And what I saw was the newscasters and the presenters absolutely lapping it up because they were making good money, lots of overtime on the screen. So they're there saying, and 15 people died today because they've just made another, I don't know, $10,000 or $5,000 or whatever. Money. It twists people. The love of money is the evil, in my attitude. I don't love money. I want enough to be able to pay my bills and to keep the wolves at bay. That's it. Having a little bit extra to be able to buy those sorts of things for my things. Oh, one-on-one is fine. If I do interviews one-on-one within the group would be great. Yeah. So what I saw was the news media happy as Larry because other people were suffering, and that bothered me. I don't know if I was particularly blue at the time, although it did kick off the blues. But I decided in 2011 that was enough. That the news people were making my mood worse. I don't like news. News is usually, and more shit hit the fan today here, and shit hit the fan there, and this was crap, and this was crap, and this was crap, and I'm making money. Yay! Aren't I the popular one? No. Gone. So I don't watch any of that crap. So I see things that are important through Facebook. People talk about the important stuff, so I get the news. If somebody's died, everybody goes, oh, I'm going to miss this particular star. I see that. That's cool. We talk about it. It's discussed. That's how I get my news from you guys. Because, okay, beginners wood carvers. Hang on, where's my soapbox? We do things a bit differently in here. I see that in one way, a lot of you guys visit. I live here. I get up. This is BWC. This is my room. This is where I come and sit in front of my computer. I carve. You guys motivate me to do more carvings and to learn more so that I can share more. The group is where I live, which is why when people come in with muddy shoes, it tends to upset me a little bit because I have to clean it up. The group to me is not a place I visit. The group to me is Facebook. The group to me is the reason why I'm on here. I could be in my shed carving away, doing up a storm, but you need people to see what you do. one chip at a time, making things better. Yeah, we need to see what work is being done. We need to be inspired. We need to expand our thinking, and by the group putting up on the feed their own photos, we get new ideas, we get new concepts are born, motivation happens, inspiration happens. So information, inspiration, motivation, my three main focuses about this group. So that's what we do. That's what we want to do. We want more of that. We want more freebies. We want more winnings and competitions where simple. And then it's just a matter of sitting back and enjoying the entertainment. We try to entertain people like John. I have to say John Jewell, because we got lots of Johns in the group, but he's driven the feed for a couple of days, a few times, what with his skull and then with his feathers, and we love that. And Bill's joined in, and it's inspirational. I show my carvings to my kids, and they go, "Oh yeah, another one." In the group, when we show, we get hundreds of people, thousands of people seeing what we do, and they reflect back some of the love. And you need that when you're carving, because sometimes carving is difficult. You've got to overcome obstacles, and you need to have fellow people doing the same sorts of things. So one, they can help you with their mistakes, so that you avoid mistakes, and they help inspire. Now, 56 minutes. Is there anything you want to ask me? Because this is going to be under the hour. Yes, we've got 3.5 minutes. So, any questions? No? Good. See you later. I've been inspired enough to find a couple of wood carving groups in my area which lead to a wood carving class. Tina, having somebody being able to show you, tell you where you're going wrong, that's the one thing that we miss out on. Yes, lonely sometimes. I don't have any real friends in the real world. I guess I'm more of an arsehole than I admit to. Well, for some reason I don't overly make friends. Maybe it's bipolar. That's the excuse they give me. But anyway, you guys have become my friends. You guys are my instructors. You're my teachers. You guys, the inspiration I get. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for the fact that you guys, I mean, okay, there's 9 of you now sitting watching, but that's varied up to 20 and then back, and then you look later and there's, I don't know, 1,500 reviews in a couple of days. The capacity to be able to educate, share with, learn from. When you can't go to a group where there's real people, we're the next best thing. So, big love from me to you. Win the damn thing, and you have a good day. Safe and happy carvings, guys. I shall see you on the feed. I've got 14,000 friends, but you realise in 12 months' time that might be 50,000. A competition's going to draw some people. We're going to have to end up filtering, getting rid of some of them. John, your carvings are great, but your stories are better. Oh, look, we had David Headley tell us about his beard. Had absolutely nothing to do with carving, but he told us about his beard and having it bleached and having to breathe through a straw. This is real stuff. This is sharing from the heart who somebody is. And look, I would like this to be more video. I might say from time to time, okay, hey, John Jewell, what are you working on at the moment? And I might be in video, and if John's up for it, he'll come back and go, I'm working on this. Now, I'm going to try and promote a little bit more person to person through videos, because videos, well, they're animated, aren't they? It's not just me going. Safe and happy carvings, guys. I want to see your work on the feed. Get those feathers into the thing. Upload. I can show you how to do it PC, but I'll have to work out how to do it on the tablet and the phone. You, everybody, have a bloody good day. I'm an Australian. I say bloody all the time. You have a good day. Safe and happy carvings, and I'll see you on the feed. Win the tools! Yay! Win them, go on, win them. I mean you.